Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So this will be my first video. I'll be bringing you weekly news and frequent updates, weekly news and updates on the crypto market. I will do the research for you and try to summarize what I find in a few minutes. So please help me and the community by liking the videos if you find them useful, of course, and also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos. Also, if you have any comments, of course, that you want to share with the community, with me, or with others, or if you have any suggestions for me, any constructive feedback, then please leave your comment below for us to see. Now, before we start, not you, before we start, first thing first, nothing, absolutely nothing in my videos should be construed or should be understood as financial advice. That is, nothing in my videos and nothing that I say should be construed or should be understood by anyone as financial advice. Guys, I'm simply giving you, I'm simply summarizing some of the market news for you, news that I find here and there, and news that could be wrong basically, or could be right. So it's entirely your responsibility to decide the way that you decide, to the way that you choose to use the information or not. You are entirely responsible for the way that you choose the information, that you choose to use the information, or you don't. Okay, or you believe it or you don't. So basically, there is no financial advice in my channel or in my videos. If you are looking for financial advice, please go somewhere else. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, I'm simply summarizing, doing the hard work for you, summarizing it, the news I find, articles that I find here and there, and brings the most important points for you on a weekly basis, maybe on a daily, and so on, depending on the time that I have. Okay, so before you forget now, hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and then let's move on. So guys, to start with, the question is, where is crypto heading? That is what I'm trying to address for you every week. I mean, that's what my channel is concerned with. And of course, as I said, I'll bring in you news, and I'll try to keep it short, basically. I don't want to bore you or anyone else. Just keep it short, for about 5 minutes or so. Make it about 5 minutes or so. So where is crypto heading? What are your views? After you've looked at some of the news, you've heard some of the news that I shared with you, please leave your comment below, share the information with us, or leave some suggestions for me, what else you like to see in the future videos and some good sources and so on, and I'll try to integrate this. But most importantly, what are your views? Where is crypto heading? After you've seen the video, as I said, please leave your comment below for everyone else to see. Now let's start with the Independent. It's a British newspaper, as many of you would know. So now we're here, and it says Bitcoin price live. I found this, source to be very useful. But as I said, of course, these are all information and opinion. So, you should not construe anything to be a fact. So bullish crypto signal just started pumping. Do you agree with that or not? Let's see what we got on here. Basically, it's saying that Bitcoin, I've read it before, as I said, I've done, the work before I started recording, but I still want to show you where I got the information from, because I think that's the right thing to do, both for me, for you, and also for the sources that I'm getting the information from. So basically, it's saying that Bitcoin has been going sideways, which is true. It's been going up and down. Not too much, but a few thousands here and a few thousands up, and then a few thousands down, and so on. Yeah, so it's been going sideways, but it has also been sort of, it's not been volatile, as you would know. It's been relatively stable but going sideways, and it's saying that Ethereum has gone down by 3% in the past 24 hours and so on since Thursday. That is, we are in July now. However, this source and a few others, I think, are saying that analysts predict a big move could be on the way, and they point to several market indicators that suggest a short-term breakout within the next couple of days. Now, there have been a few updates, guys, actually a few positive updates, in other words, so according to the information that I've read, or, updates that we can say are positive, I think, for the crypto market. For instance, Twitter boss Jack Dorsey has announced a new company aimed at decentralized finance and especially focusing on Bitcoin. And guys, why are we focusing on Bitcoin? Because, as most of you would know, Bitcoin basically is the king of the crypto markets. When Bitcoin moves, pretty much everything else moves with it. When Bitcoin goes down, the market goes down. Bitcoin is up, everything else is up. Okay, everything else goes up rather. So something positive. Some rich guy has decided to invest in a company and invest in decentralized finance, especially focusing on Bitcoin. That's not a bad thing for the market, or is it? I don't know. In my opinion, it's not. Some other news, some important, maybe I'll try, I'm skipping some of the news ahead, but you can see it on the screen. But I will go to what I liked and I wanted to share with you. Also, I say I want to keep the video short. I don't want to stop for half an hour, get you bored. I would just want to give you the summary. Some analysts predict that Bitcoin can go up to 300,000 by 2025. That is a lot, guys. So as I said, we're hearing some positive news this week, and I don't want to read everything for you. I'm not reading it, so if you fancy reading it yourself to get more information, of course, feel free, but I'm only giving you the summary. Yeah, so you see, experts predict Bitcoin will rise to 318 plus by December 2025. That is a massive rise comparing to what we are now, while the media forecast for 2030 was 470,000. Okay, something positive again. Bitcoin to overtake fiat currency by 2050. Again, it looks like people are starting to regain some of the confidence they had in the crypto markets after the recent crash. Yep, and this is also, as I said, I think this is also important. Bullish price signal just started. Now, what this is saying is that the Bitcoin difficulty ribbon compression showed up for the first time since 2019, which some analysts claim as a signifier that the cryptocurrency's price will follow suit. So in other words, it will follow the key cryptocurrency market will go up, basically will start to rise. Yeah, the Bitcoin ribbon measured the moving average of Bitcoin mining difficulty. That is what it is. We just talked about it. Estimating the number of of hashes for mining block. Okay, so in other words, there are some technicals there, but in other words, it's predicted that the price will rise again. Lucky for those that managed to buy or managed to invest during the crash or during the dip. Now, we looked at this. Twitter boss announces new Bitcoin business. A good thing, of course, a rich guy investing some money in the market. What else is on here? Let me see what else I found. Right. I think those were the most important things that I wanted to share with you on this particular page, but let's go somewhere else. I think there was something else on here that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, a US senator invests in Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's not a bad thing. All those powerful people, rich people, investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or in the crypto market generally, it's basically showing that I think, in my opinion, I don't know what you think, that people are starting to regain their confidence in the market. We looked at this Bitcoin price, a timing bomb. Okay, let's see what that was. No, it wasn't. We didn't look at it. This is a Bollinger Band indicator. So another market indicator is also suggesting this is yet another market. Okay, about 5 days ago, 12th of January. Another market indicator is also suggesting a major price move is coming for Bitcoin. Bollinger Bands, which measures moving average, are used by traders and investors to understand if an asset is overbought or undersold, therefore following them to figure out which direction it might be heading. A sustained period of stability means Bitcoin is expected to enter a period of high stability. High volatility. Crypto investor Lark Davis described Bitcoin as a ticking time bomb. This is the narrowest it has been in 2021. Okay, so basically it is not saying that it's going up, a ticking time bomb. It says it will enter a period of volatility, which, I think in my view, which means people make money. If you have Bitcoin, if it goes up and down, you end up making money, right? You buy the dip, you sell it when it goes up, and you make your money. So it looks like a change on the way, guys. Let me know, let everybody know what your view is. Shall we, for people who have the cash, should they invest now or should they not? But these are the indicators that I'm sharing with you. These are what everybody is saying. Right, so we were done with the independent. I have moved on to crypto news, and this is from cryptonews.com. Okay, we need to give credit when it's due. Now, it's from the 16th of July 2021, written by Ayush Jindal. Bitcoin and Ethereum weekly wrap, bears in control. Okay. Now it says Bitcoin price remains at a high risk of decline below 30,000. Ethereum could nosedive if it breaks the 1,750 resistance and could revisit 0.500 USD. Okay, so let's just move into the article and see what the article is actually saying. So Bitcoin price remains a bearish zone below 33 plus thousand USD, 33.5, and below 35,000. BTC is following a decline pattern with a strong support at 30,000. Okay, with a strong support. If there is a daily and weekly close below 30,000, the price might dive more. So basically what this is saying is that we might see further decline in Bitcoin's price. Okay, the price might yet go down more than what it is at now. Okay, right. What else is on here? Let's have a look. On the upside, USD 35,500 level is a major resistance. The main medium-term resistance is still near the 35,000 level. I think this is, as I said, I've looked at it earlier. This writer is not very optimistic with the price, basically predicting that it might, test the 26,000, 30,000 resistance level and so on. And if it stays for long at the 30,000 level, then it might even go down to somewhere around 26,500. And of course, guys, these are just predictions. We really don't know. But as some of you know, the market has not been going very well recently, of course. But that doesn't mean it really tells us where the market, well, pretty much where the market is heading. Bitcoin goes up, everything else goes up. Bitcoin goes down, everything else goes down. Overall, that is what it is. That's what we are interested in. Overall, Bitcoin is struggling below the 33.5 pivot level. Right, that is the point. So it's struggling below the 33 and a half, 33,000 and a half USD pivot level. If Bitcoin settles below the 30,000 USD, the bears are likely to aim for a larger decline in the fee point. And I think that is the whole point of this entire source. If Bitcoin settles below USD 30,000, the bears are likely to aim for a larger decline the next. So in other words, guys, if we see Bitcoin reaching 30,000, then it's possible for it to even go beyond that to the 20s. Okay. All right, I think that is that. Let's stop here. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to share with you was, again, this article on Crypto News. It says Bitcoin shows resilience amid global political pushback, and I think this is quite true. As some of you might know, if you've been following, Bitcoin has been pushed back from all sides and directions by governments wanting to regulate the crypto market, but despite that, it has actually, in my opinion, shown a lot of resilience. Now, I'm not going to read all of these because that's what basically it says, what I just told you. Government acts, crypto falls. Of course, this is true. We know that the market has been affected by governments trying to regulate the market and introducing restrictions and so on, especially China, with it's cracking down on Bitcoin mining in particular, which has affected the entire market, and cracking down on crypto exchange platforms and so on. But despite this, this is what it's saying. It's actually been quite resilient, as I said. Aside from China, the United States has been another site of government interventions related to crypto. In the past few weeks, we've seen calls from Internal Revenue Service for stricter regulation, investigations into Binance. Binance is another issue that has recently been in the news. Investigation into Binance from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and the Department of Justice and IRS with this, and demands from lawmakers for harsher rules in the face of ransom attacks. Okay, so the United States has actually, like many other countries, I mean, for people who live in the UK would know that UK has also been making things harder for Binance. So it looks like countries around the world are trying to introduce regulations and so on. Of course, UK was citing UK banks were citing what do you call it? UK banks were citing, right, forgot it, frauds and so on, fraudsters and frauds that have been people basically, I don't know, stealing cryptocurrency and committing fraud through banks and through Binance and so on, transferring people's monies to banks, to Binance, basically hacking their bank accounts. That's what I'm trying to say. Hacking people's bank accounts, using their money without their knowledge to buy cryptocurrency, apparently through platforms such as Binance. Okay, I emphasize the fact that apparently, this is what they say, not what I say. So they have been trying to, actually I use Binance myself, and at the moment, as some of you would know, I am unable to withdraw cash from my Binance. You can still buy with credit cards and so on, but you can't use your ordinary bank account to transfer your cash to Binance in the UK at this moment, or to withdraw your cash from Binance. Of course, I think I got an email from Binance, and I think they say they are working on it and so on. So the point is that, guys, things, governments around the world are trying to make it harder for people to buy and sell cryptocurrency, to make it harder for the market, basically, for the crypto market. And I have my views on this, but I'm not going to share it here. Maybe in the future. Otherwise, the video will be far too long. Okay, ransom attacks. That was actually the point, the word that I was looking for earlier, the phrase ransom attacks. Apparently, hackers and criminals are using Bitcoin, the crypto market to launch ransom attacks and to commit fraud and so on. That is just the United States. That is just the United States. Regulatory and governmental actions have occurred elsewhere over the past months from the UK. I just told you about it. From the UK, the EU, Singapore, Thailand, and others. Basically, many governments around the world have been trying to make things difficult for crypto traders and for the crypto market. And that is why we've actually seen some of the decline or the dip in the market. In that time, the total, and this is important, in that time, the total value of the crypto asset market has declined. In that time, yes, has declined from over 2 trillion, so 2 trillion USD to around 1.3 trillion. So the way I understand it is that before government makes things harder for people like us and you, crypto traders, the market was standing at 2 trillion USD, and now it stands at the crypto asset market has declined to what stands at 1.3 trillion. So what that is, that's what I can't calculate the percentage in my head, but that's a lot, something close to 50%. What, like 30% or so, I think. All right, those of you who are good at math can do that for us and let us know. And despite all that, I think the market has shown resilience, the crypto market, especially Bitcoin, in the face of those regulations, governments trying to produce regulations to control the market, basically, or rather to regulate the market. And there's a quote here, and I quite like it actually. I want to share it with you. Nevertheless, most analysts claim that the market has fared better than some may have expected, particularly given the extent of the crackdown in China. I mean, if you know, guys, if you've been following, China's, I think, almost outlawed Bitcoin mining. I read somewhere that people got arrested or things were made difficult for them because they were mining Bitcoin. They got accused of money laundering and so on. Okay, so let's look at this quote and then we'll end this soon here. I quote, I think these government actions have absolutely had a short-term negative effect on prices. However, we have now seen that Bitcoin does not want to go below 30K. It didn't crash down to 3K again. Well, thankfully not, said Mark someone, who's the CEO and founder of emergency response network Guardian Circle. So guys, actually I quite like this quote, and I think it's very true. Despite all the regulations, several governments trying to crack down on crypto trading and mining and so on, but it still hasn't gone down to below 30K. Bitcoin hasn't gone down to below 30K USD. He suggested that pushing Bitcoin down is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Ooh, right, good. He also highlighted how by this time the benefits from a growing number of holders and whales or large holders of BTC willing to accumulate coin during a downturn. Okay, so people have been trying to buy the dip. I think that is what he said. Right, let's see what else is on here. I'm not sure if there's much more on here, but I think I've told you the most important things that I wanted to share, and I think the video is already too long now. So basically, it looks like, guys, to summarize everything that we've been looking at, it looks like Bitcoin has been resilient in the face of this is very true. I totally agree with it. I don't know about you. In the face of, if you are aware, or if you follow the political pushback by governments, Bitcoin has been very, very resilient. It still hasn't gone down to below 30K. And basically, I think it looks like it will survive it, hopefully. It is difficult, like the quote said something, it's like trying to hold down whatever. I think it is almost impossible for governments to entirely control the crypto market. It doesn't matter what regulations, they produce, how hard they make it to platforms like Binance and so on. And the rest of the news that we looked at, I think it looks like, things will improve at some point. We don't really know when, but I think the word that I recall is volatile, that we read somewhere. I think the market soon will become volatile, and then that is where we can buy the dip and sell it when it goes up. But I don't know exactly when, and I'm not sure when things will start to pick up again for people that have bought the dip. But it looks like things are positive. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days. But I think volatility will start to come in again, and that is when we can hopefully start to make our money. If you bought the dip, as I said, and hopefully things will get back to normal. So Bitcoin will start to climb again, and the rest will follow. Right, guys, I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope that you've enjoyed some of the news that I've shared with you. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe or comment below. Give me your suggestions. Give everyone else your suggestions, what you think of some of the things I've shared with you. And also don't forget that the information you use it entirely at your own risk. Well, thank you, and see you next time. Bye.